Swindon Supermarine manager Dave Webb joins me now on Your Sport Swindon. Dave, thanks for joining us as always. Great win today in the FA Cup, 5-1. You must be delighted.
Yeah, over the moon. We started the game really well. 2-0 up in 13 minutes, I think. We're playing some great stuff, creating chances and got ourselves in a really good position. And then for some reason, we just lost our way a little bit for the last sort of 20-25 minutes. And to be fair to Odd Down, they came right back into the game, scored a very good goal. I think the 10, Troy Simpson, who was their captain, and he's been there a long time, but he's a good player, and he caused us a lot of problems. And we were fortunate maybe to get in 2-1 at half time, and we had to sort a few things out and just try to get the lads doing what they had done so well in the first sort of quarter of an hour, really. And I think in the second half, obviously we've gone on to win convincingly 5-1, but we've done enough. We've just done enough, and I think sometimes in a game like that, you have to do enough, and it's just about getting over the line, winning the game, not picking any injuries up, and keep the momentum going of not getting beat. And we've managed to make it. That's 5 games now and out of defeat, and we want to keep going. So, players were very good today, and we did a professional job, and we got it done, and that's what was important. And so we look forward to the next round now, and it's important. FA Cup's a great competition, and we want to win as many games as we can. So pleased that we've managed to get the job done, and we look forward to Port. I think we've got a Portishead now, which is a new one for me. Never been there, but again, they've beaten Shepton Mallet today, who are a decent side. So it'll be a tough game, but we look forward to that in the next round.
Just how important is it to stay in the FA Cup for a side like Supermarine? There's a bit of pressure there, isn't there, to get through to as many rounds as you can? Yeah,
you want to. I think it's just nice to. It's a good distraction from the league, and it's a national competition, and it's just a buzz. You can see it in our boardroom. There's pictures of, Mark Collier's team when they reached, I think, first or second round when they lost to Colchester, and only narrowly lost to Colchester, I think 1-0, and that. To have a run like that, and I'm not saying we can replicate that, but if we could get through 2 or 3 rounds and maybe get a big club here and get a good gate, and it's just a great distraction for the players, and it's a great competition. And I always want to try and do well in the FA competitions. When the trophy comes around, we want to have a little go in that as well. So it's important, and obviously the revenue of winning the games is also important to keep things ticking over for the club. So important that we won. We did it well. We did it right, and we probably dropped our levels at Slimbridge a little bit on Wednesday. But that can happen, especially with a young team. So we talked about that before the game, and the players reacted really well and did what we asked of them today. And really pleased that we just got it done, and we look forward to next weekend now and 2 tough games against Shortwood and North Lee.
You say you just got it done. You scored 5 goals. You're scoring goals for fun.
Yeah, maybe I'm being critical, but yeah, we got it done. In 5 goals, we scored. I think that's 15 goals we've scored now in 5 games. So it's not bad, is it? And another one for Connor Walden. I think 2 own goals. Callum Parsons has capped another fine performance with another goal, and Brad Hooper with a penalty. So I'm over the moon. And just got to keep these lads focused on what. It's a long season, and I don't want to get too carried away, because I know we've got a long way to go and we've still got a lot to improve on. But there's great signs there, and we're doing things well. And first 15 minutes, the way we passed it, I mean, they had to change. I mean, they started with a 4-3-3 formation, and they had to change their formation because they just couldn't get a kick of the ball because we were so good. But fair play to them, they came back into the game and they had a go. And but as I say, we've got it done, and we've progressed, and that's what today was always about.
Such a great start to the season. You couldn't have asked for more, could you? I know we're saying this every week at the moment, but it's true.
Yeah. It's great, because when you make so many changes, I think we brought in 9 or 10 players. 9 players have left, and that's that. I don't think anybody's really, because we've done so well, I don't think anybody's paid any attention to the changes. But we could be standing here and not won a game, and everybody's saying, "Well, why have you made so many changes?" So. I think you really have to look at that and think about that, because that's a massive change. You wouldn't normally change that many players. You would normally maybe 3-4, bring 3 or 4 in. But to change 9 or 10 is huge, absolutely huge. But, we decided to do what we've done. I think the players that have come in have done brilliantly. You know, the players that have left are all good players, you know, and I've still got a lot of time and respect for them as individuals and players and what they've given to this club over the years. But, you know, we just felt it was a time for maybe us and for them to have a new challenge. So I think the lads we brought in have shown great potential, and, you know, they're at a good age where they can only get better. And, you know, we're drawing people's attention to us because we're doing so well. So, you know, hopefully these players are enjoying being at Supermarine Football Club and they want to stay at Supermarine Football Club, and we can, you know, keep them all here and keep trying to have a good season. You know, no one's, you know, I think a lot of people probably never give us a chance this season of achieving anything with this group, but, you know, I'm firmly believe that we've got every chance of doing what we all set out to do, which is top 5, and that's what we're trying to do. It's going to be tough because the league's stronger than it's ever been for me. And Hereford, you know, I think they've averaged 2,500 their first 2 home games. So, you know, you're up against that. Not only have they got a good side, they've got massive financial revenue coming into the football club because of their gates. So they can afford to get the players that they need. Pete Beadle's a good manager, and so we look. Hey, what a day that'll be when we go there, you know. So we look forward to that. It's going to be fantastic. But it's not that game that will determine where we finish. It's like Slimbridge on Wednesday, where I was disappointed we didn't do enough to win, and it's making sure that we just pick up the points when we can. We're obviously gonna get defeats, and we're obviously gonna have little spells where things don't go our way, but, you know, that's what we've got. Our young team's got to try and work through. You know, they're going to experience some hard times, but, you know, it's my job as a manager to bring them through that and make sure that we have more good than bad.
The FA Cup's obviously a lovely distraction, but now you've got to enjoy tonight, but then refocus and get back to league action.
Yeah, we'll have a good week's training this week. You know, we'll have them in a couple of times this week, you know, just to work on some different bits. And then we've got 2 very tough games. You know, Shortwood are always a good side. You know, Alex Sykes has got a good team there. And obviously John Brough, who was the manager at Cinderford last year, who's a really good manager and a good coach, has now got a good group of players at North Leigh to select from. So they're both really difficult games. So, you know, if we come through next weekend and still unbeaten, we'd have done exceptionally well. So that's our target, but it's going to be tough. But that's what we've got to try and do, and we should be confident in going into those games because we're in good form and we're scoring goals and we're winning. So 4 wins and 1 draw is a great start, and just want to keep it going. And for them, you know, it's a pleasure to be working with these lads at the minute. They're a talented group, and they want to do it, you know, for themselves and the club, and it's great to see them perform the way they did again today, and long may it continue, you know. And I'm over the moon with the group that we've assembled, and hopefully they can achieve something this season. I'm sure they can.
Dave, as always, thanks ever so much for joining us. Cheers.